Who that?
Alright, y'all, you already know, once again, man, Kyle Santillion, 5footonline.com, sitting here with the homie, JCole, North Carolina's own, Fayetteville's in the building.
Yes, sir.
We just got done tearing down the stage for A&T's homecoming show, 2010, greatest homecoming on earth. Did a great show, man.
Man, thank you very
You know
much.
what I'm saying? No doubt.
You know, it was a pleasure to even be up there.
No doubt. No doubt. You was talking about on stage, you said, like, yo, I've come to homecoming here plenty of times just to party.
Absolutely.
So now, for y'all to invite me on stage is a whole nother thing.
Crazy, man. I remember I could never get in the show. The only show we went to, you remember we went to Wayne?
Yeah.
The only show I ever came to was when Wayne was here in like 06, 07 or something like that. But all the other shows I could never get in, you know, broke, couldn't get a ticket, or either didn't even have time to get it.
Right.
But that same year, was that the same year we were selling CDs? Or was it the year after that?
Yeah.
The year after that, we was back. I came to all the homecomings, but the year after that, we was selling mixtapes on campus, you know, during Saturday, or at the game for like $1.
Right.
You know, only just so people would listen, really.
Right, right. So now you come back, do you feel like it's a little bit of full circle? Because you went from being at A&T trying to hustle mixtapes, you know what I'm saying, yo, come open up.
It's definitely one of them full circle moments, man. It's like, just one of them moments, like it felt incredible. And I know I got a long way to go, you know, the next step is to come back and headline this bitch, you know.
Right, right.
But it's definitely gratification, like, it feels like a blessing.
All right. So you've been through the market a few times, you know what I'm saying, when you kicked it a minute. And last time you was here, you made sure I had a copy of the mixtape and all of that. And I was telling your homies earlier, one of my favorite things on the mixtape, there's a lot on there, but one of my favorite things is when you went back and you redid your verse over the Dead President.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you did a little point in the beginning where you was talking about, yo, dude told me I ain't come right with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it made me just think, like, your motivation behind everything you're doing. Because for that particular thing, it was the fact that the dude had told you that already.
One dude.
Yeah. So what's your motivation as far as like the music you're putting out now? Or what you're about to get into and people haven't heard yet?
Absolutely. I mean, it's long term. I feel like I got things to prove, you know, like, I got things to prove to myself. Like, I wanted to be at a certain point in the game for a long time. So that's first and foremost. I got high expectations for myself. But then there's little things like, I'm motivated off when people think I can't do something.
Right.
Just like that same example where the dude was like, oh man, you ain't come right. So.
Yeah.
Like, those are the types of things. So when I hear like people say I can't do this or I'm this type of artist and I'll never be this, like, that's fuel for me. Like, that's actually the best motivation I can have.
Right. When they say you're not this or that type of artist, what type of artist would you classify yourself as?
I don't feel like I have a box. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe people don't know that because they've only heard this, or maybe I haven't done this type of song yet, but I don't feel like I have a box.
Right.
And then when I feel like people are trying to box me, I feel, you know, I do something to break that box. Like, oh, y'all not gonna have me over there, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like when you box yourself in, man, like, you can't even do the things that you like to do. Like, some of these artists that we look at as underground, purists, and, you know, the most righteous rappers, like, they like to party, they like to, you know, they like to mess with girls, you know, it's all these things they like to do, but they can't even tell that to the world because they've already been boxed in as this type of artist. So I just refuse to be that dude. You know,
along those lines, man, I always thought that Kanye kind of was good at bridging the gap between what was considered to be the underground rapper and the commercial rapper. Like, you know what I mean? When he said it, you know, I take Jay-Z and put him on tracks with Mos Def, for this, that, and the third. I always thought he was good at that, right?
No, absolutely, and that's the, I guess, the one motto I can look at for what I'm trying to do and be like, it is possible, because it's already been done. It's just up to me to do it in my way, but that's already been done. It's like he got the underground sensibilities, and he's talking about the things that are cool in the underground world, but he's making it accessible to the mainstream. That's what I want to do. Like, I want the dope boys to be able to listen to my shit and feel it and be like, oh man, you know, I mess with them even though I'm not a dope boy.
Right. All right. So Fayetteville's in the building. What was it like for you in Fayetteville? Like, I get a picture in my mind from listening to your joints. But if somebody was coming to you and say, yo, what was it like for you in the Ville when you was growing up?
Yo, I honestly I was just happy. Like, I always say I got this rap. It was like, if I should die, Lord, this here is my will. Reincarnate a nigga, send me right back to the Ville. Like, I had the best, I guess, upbringing, teenage years, childhood, whatever. Like, all the friends I made, all the things that I seen, all the people I met, all the things I feel like I've experienced from. I feel like I seen life at every level, from being dirt poor to seeing middle class, of course not being rich. Right. But I knew rich white kids in school. I seen how they was living. Right. You know, I knew the dope boys. I knew the athletes. I wasn't an athlete. Like, I feel like I experienced life on all levels in Fayetteville. Yeah. And if I was in a city like New York, I don't know if I could have did that because it's so big. It's like, I don't know if that would have been possible.
Right.
But being in such a small city, man, I got to see so many aspects of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is the best. Like that's why I can write like I write from so many different perspectives.
Yeah, I can dig that. All right, so lastly, you know what I'm saying, because I know you're about to do your thing and all of that. The last thing I always like to, whoever I'm talking to, like, what is the one thing that you want to leave with people when, like, you know, impression you want to leave on people when they watching you, when you say, all right, this is JCole, let me sit down and watch this, see what he's about, what would you like to leave on people, impression?
I want them to feel like I'm like their cousin or their best friend or somebody that they know. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost like when they listen to my records, they listen to their best friend talk or something like that, you know, like relatable. I'm talking about things that they going through or they know somebody that's going through. Even if I've never been through it, maybe my best friend has and I can capture it really well. So, you know, I guess that's it. I don't really want to come off like I mean, you got to come off like a superstar if you want to be a superstar, but I don't want to come off as untouchable, you know, like out of reach, like Jay-Z's untouchable.
Right.
Untouchable bread.
Right.
You got untouchable. Even his story on Reasonable Doubt, like he's a kingpin. Even that's untouchable. We'll never know that. I don't want to be that. I want to be more relatable. Right. You know, almost like the cool nigga at school, like the, you know, the nigga that hoop and he's still cool. He ain't an asshole.
Right. Treat everybody the same.
Exactly.
I can dig that. All right.
I know I'm giving you the longest answer.
Nah, that's good. That's good. I like them type of answers. Yeah. People need to hear, you know what I'm saying? People, I guess, express themselves instead of just sitting there just saying, well, you know, I got money, so I'm making money. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Making money and to answer every question. So.
Word.
All right, so that's what it is, man. JCole, we here right now, 5footonline.com, North Carolina State University homecoming. That's what it is.
Yeah. Y'all, this is JCole, Carolina. We in the building. You are now checking out my man Santillion on 5footonline.com.